Thank you so much, David. We've stopped at
Pie in the Sky
for a look at
the Genesis,
because I keep mucking it up, GV80 3.5 V6 turbo.
a lovely big SUV with style
And grace. We've done the GV80s to death, absolutely to death. We've had the 2.5, which was the 4-cylinder turbo. We've done the 3-litre straight 6 diesel, which was last week. And by the way, my favourite colour, that matte white.
Yeah,
Very smart.
it looks distinctive. I'm not quite as enamoured to it
I
as you.
loved it. And there's a matte green as well, which just looks absolutely spectacular. But today we're in the blacker than black Secret Service SUV.
Have we got a president in the back?
What do they call it? They see Secret Service?
They call it a monster or something, don't they?
Yeah, well, no, what do they call it? It's the Secret Service,
the FBI or something.
And what we're going to do this week is look at how much space is inside, including the third row, and I've been relegated to the third row. Looking forward to that. And also how it handles in the bends. And we'll do that in sports mode, I think.
I think it'll be ideal.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. So, Alan, how much room have you got in the back?
I've got about, I'm going to say a couple of inches of space in the back. It's not what I would call huge.
I've got the seat set almost full back, but I'm going full back now.
No. So I set it for where you're going to drive, and now I'm going to climb into the third row. David's coming in here. This should be a hoot. Press that button, it slides forward. You can still bring it a little bit further forward. Now it's all the way up against the seat in the front. I'm not looking forward to this. I don't think I can manage, really. I'm just, no. Okay. I'm good. Okay. Right. I would not call that a huge success. All right, now I'm going to push this seat back. Oh dear, I can already see. Okay, give me this. Right, now that seat hasn't gone all the way back because it can't. My knees are right here. David, do you want to sit in the front?
Now, the seat is obviously far forward and my knees are right up against the seat here. How are you going?
Well, David, note my head.
Oh.
I can't actually put my head forward. So there is no way I can sit in this seat. No way. There's not enough leg room. There's not enough leg room for David. These seats are for small folk only. Right, David?
This is very much the difference between an SUV and a people mover. That a people mover is really made to have the third row of seats having reasonable space, and a large SUV is really just, as you say, for very, very young people in the back.
What a bugger. But there you go. Not a space for a 6-foot person. Now, we're going to head off for what we call the highway. This is the trip you'd be doing if you're on a weekend away with your family and friends. I've put it in drive. Once I get off this absolutely horrific, oh geez, though you wouldn't be taking people in the back on this road, I don't think. Okay, now we're on, I'm gonna put it in sport mode. This seat is gripping me. The seat is gripping me. Would you like to comment on the seat gripping me?
Well, that's up to the seat. The thing is that also, if you really push, happen to come into a corner and it's a bit tighter than you thought, the seat may also just adjust a little tight, the seat belts.
Yeah. Well, we noticed that on the way up. So David was driving on the way up. I'm driving on the way down. I think that's only fair. I'm not pushing it. I'm sticking within the speed limit.
Oh, as do I.
That's holding the corners fairly well, but I can definitely feel the weight trying to pull me out of the lane.
If you have a sports car with these low profile tyres, and it has low profile,
it does,
it tends to turn in with a sharpness. This is a big car which is handling very well, but it tends to have a little bit of that scrubbing sound from the tyres rather than the absolute sharpness that you can get with lighter weight and still quality low profile tyres.
Wasn't it the Lotus guy that said add more lightness?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get around there. Jeez. Oh, and I'm still... Oh, did you feel the seatbelt tighten?
Yes.
No traction control, so I'm not going mad enough to warrant traction goal.
But
that goes to show how safe the car is, though.
It must have reacted when it sensed that it needed to do a little bit of electronic stability control.
Imagine what it would have done with Tiger Woods. Just shortly before the curtains became, looking like the Lyceum Theatre, it would have been pulling the thing and shutting the sunroof and preparing for an accident.
Yeah.
And of course, he walked away from that. Well, he hobbled away because he'd buggered it. But he would have been killed 10 years ago. He would have been killed. Oh, it's hugging me again.
But that's not bad. That's that's not even getting to the point of noise from the tyres. No, you really have to push it hard when the weight of the car becomes even more apparent. That's extreme comfort. We got 45 kilometre an hour corners.
But those 45 advisories were probably put up when there were Model T Fords. Not cars with ABS and EBD and...
No, it's not to do with how well the car goes around, it's how much sideways force you get in it. And a good car will still get sideways force, it will just handle it better. Now, in fact, it used to be what they called the old cigarette pack test, that if you had a cigarette pack on your dashboard, if it slid across, that represents a comfort level, not just for the driver, but for the passenger as well.
That would have been good for limo drivers.
Well, it reflects not the ability of the car, but the forces that are being impacted on the passenger.
You're a bottomless pit of information, aren't you?
They used to have a U-shaped thing with a little marble in it.
Oh, David.
Holy moly, I'd go back by the old highway.
I think we should. I think Genesis have done a really, really good job. It looks brilliant. It's about the same price as a Volkswagen Touareg, which is about the same size. Similar appointments. I think this one looks just a little bit better.
Oh, yes. Yeah, much more. It has more style to it more than just bulkiness.
It's really graceful. And as you saw in those corners, you really get stuck in, but it is, at the end of the day, a top-heavy SUV. If you want to go around corners at Warp 10, buy a GR Yaris, which, by the way, we have next week. Stay tuned for that.
Indeed, it's not a sports car, but
not a sports car.
It is a very competent big SUV.
And of course, you had it for a weekend away with the fam.
Oh, and they loved it.
Loved it,
including the young one.
People keep stopping us to say how attractive it is,
as we did today.
Yeah. But as always, if you've liked the film, hit like,
leave a comment,
and above all, and don't forget to do this just over there. Sorry about that. To subscribe.